Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's first episode with the Welsh Warrior on GTA 5. Now they're doing one of the police game modes with this. And the fail is not the AI car, although it is funny. The Sultan managed to get quite lost at the start of this. No, it is a true Dukes of Hazzard moment. While trying to chase down the Dukes, the two police cars manage to make a mess of things and one falls in the ocean. It is very Dukes of Hazzard indeed. Master Whisper is up next, also on GTA 5, with a submarine that is acting, curious. Curious to say the least. So first of all, it starts by floating massively into the air, and then it continues to sort of bob along as it does. I mean, okay, not the very weirdest thing a sub has ever done in this game. That is true. The player goes to try and climb on it, falls out of the boat, and then as the submarine is rising and falling, manages to break all of physics. Just all of it. All of physics is confused and the player is stuck in an infinite ragdoll. It's not really what you wanted from your boat. We're on to GTA Vice City, the definitive edition. Driving around the city, gets a little bit too much oversteer with the car, ends up spinning into a tree, unfortunately quite literally into a tree, as the car manages to sort of phase its way in. And funnily enough, having a tree going through your bonnet does rather hinder your mobility, does rather stop the car from working and everything. Not ideal. Although speaking of hindering mobility, Wobbly Guide on Horizon 5 is doing one of the arcade events, I think they're called, on here. And the goal is pretty simple, to smash some pinatas. This time, doesn't even get the car stuck in the tree, or the tree stuck in the car, I should say. No, it's just the planter. A very, very powerful rallycross car, and it has been defeated by a little planter. There is a reset button so it can get out, but still, it's quite funny. Obelisk up next on Horizon 5 is going for one of the most unexpected overtakes of the day. Well, an unexpected manner of which the overtake occurred. As, they kind of went to the dive to the inside of another buggy, clipped some scenery, launched their vehicle into the air just high enough, and I mean only just. It was not a lot of airtime with this one, but yeah, they clipped I don't know if it was the trailer or the wall that launches it up, but it's just enough to go over the AI vehicle. And the best thing is that they get away with the pass. Like, it actually works. Normally, you get those sort of airborne moments, you run so wide on the exit, you lose all your time and momentum, but that was a very, very good literal overtake. Foxdog is up next on Horizon 5, racing the Extreme E vehicle around a custom circuit when they managed to misjudge it, and, well, the floor is hungry. The floor is hungry for Extreme E vehicles, and that's very, very wedged. The best thing is, it then proceeds to roll and spin its way underneath the track, so when it kind of pings its way out of the ground, it's now really wedged up against the underside of that ramp. Again, though, Horizon does have a helpful reset and everything, but still, impressively well done. Zero on Street Legal Racing Redline is trying to set in a time trial, I think, around here, trying to go as fast as possible when things go a little bit wrong, and a bush spins the car around, but it is an impressive recovery, I have to say. You expect those sort of crashes to end disastrously, as they normally do on rally games, although, to be fair, a fair few have landed on their wheels over time. ToasterKing up next on Richard Burns' rally is finding out, so I'll say, the hard way, with a very, very big crash and a bounce through some trees, but, you know, sometimes you land on your wheels. They're mostly pointing in the right direction. I mean, it's not perfect, it does have to take a little bit of a detour around a fence, but sometimes you spin off a bush, sometimes you have a very, very big roll through some trees, and you manage to get away with it. Sometimes you don't, as Calvin Tola will now show you on Assetto Corsa. This is one of the old Streamliner cars, incredibly fast machines. These not the easiest to drive or control, as you can imagine, and it turns out a small bump in the road and a bit of a curve in the road is not a good idea when you're travelling at nearly 500 kilometres an hour in one of these, because it doesn't take much to unsettle them at all. And yeah, a little bump in the road, the back end let go as it was starting to cut, and you're going to have a massive accident from that. And it is a tremendous crash for the vehicle, and it does not really land on its wheel. Well, the floor's kind of eaten it. I think the floor's won that battle. Nick is up next on American Truck Simulator. This is playing with a multiplayer. Now, they're racing their friend to get into this kind of yard area when their friend goes a little bit too fast, and that is how you lose the race. I mean, they kind of had to go for it. I respect they sort of had to go for it, as it was the last opportunity for an overtake and everything, but didn't quite work out, did it? And finally, we have Wolfetrax on Grid Legends. Now, they are doing a time attack event when the AI have got all sorts of confused. So, there's a big pile of cars in a barrier, there's more cars down the road. I don't quite know what started this. It doesn't really show what started all of this, but the AIs are just really confused. They just had all sorts of problems trying to run around this circuit. Now, I'm not sure if it's because the circuit's kind of two sides of a bridge and they're trying to get across to the other side. They think they've completed part of a lap, but we got to the point of AI cars going the wrong way down the track, crashing into each other. Some further down the circuit went the wrong way into the wall and got stuck. There's a lot of shuffling around. There's a lot of... I don't know. I don't know what's caused the AIs to do this one. A few cars may get by. This particular one's causing all sorts of mayhem on its run down here, as you see a few sneaking past. But that was the crash that the player car comes through towards the end. That actually does turn this one back the right direction and gets it going eventually. But... it's very peculiar. It's very peculiar behaviour from the AI indeed, and this is not a series that specialises in weird AI shenanigans, but there we go. That is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via a Google form. There will be a link to it in the description. All the rules and how it works can be found on there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.